Hey y'all. Woohoo. Applause. Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you very much. Welcome back to another Thursday of Ooh Ladies First Panel, our second show of the year. I hope y'all are ready for a good key. It was a lot of great discussion topics this week. But y'all know what to do. Follow us at Ooh Ladies First. Email us at oohladiesfirstpanel@gmail.com. Follow us everywhere. Jamie, that's me, Bondi Blue, Blue Rose Bondi, and myself, Nisi Dixon. Y'all ready?
Yeah.
What's up?
Ready.
What it is, yo.
Okay, I gotta start out and ask y'all two questions. I ain't asked y'all this in a minute. Oh shit, this is my first time to host of the new year.
Yeah.
I'm sorry about that. What y'all drinking tonight?
This a little like it's like a lavender cream milk tea type of situation.
Both of those sound good. I got my big old jug of water over there. And this is sparkling water, by the way.
Okay.
Sparkling water, but I put my little agave THC in there. Have y'all used that before?
The agave, no, but I have liquid.
Okay, yes. It's so nice. It's so nice. I love it. Next question. Valentine's Day. Do y'all have any plans?
Just a little piece. Gonna go out to dinner. I cannot think of the restaurant. I think it's called Reunion or something like that. I think something like that.
What kind of food is it?
Dinner and chill. That's a good question.
Oh,
I gotta look it up.
It's given. I just turned my brain off. He booked it. I just gotta look cute and show up.
I'm like, what? Well, I don't know.
I love that.
I'm gonna say American, but I don't. It's like kind of like a upscale type of spot. So yeah. Mm-hmm.
Girl, it's Mardi Gras. Ain't nobody doing nothing special.
Oh, yeah.
I'm probably going to some shit tomorrow. Solo dolo. Then Saturday I'm going to meet one of my homegirls down to the parade. You heard me. And then Sunday and Monday it's whatever that man want to do. So we don't have no plans, but again, whatever that man want to do.
I love that. I'm going to brunch, but that's pretty much it.
Oh,
nothing big. But yeah, all right. So, in the theme of Valentine's Day, I posted on my story and I asked the listeners to put us in a business, whether that be tell us about like a crazy dating story or ask for some advice. I'm so annoyed, y'all, because when I posted the link via, have y'all ever seen like the NGL thing? I mean, y'all seen it today, but had y'all seen it prior to the link that I posted?
I don't think so.
Okay, so it's a link
you talking about the acronym? NGL?
Yeah.
Not gonna lie? Or
yeah, that's what the app is called.
Oh no.
The app is called Not Gonna Lie. And you can share the app on Instagram, Snapchat, Twitter, and people can leave you anonymous messages. So I posted the link to that so people could tell their business anonymously, right?
Oh, yeah.
So because I posted it, wanting people to tell us business for Ooh Ladies First Panel, I got 5-6 messages and only one of them was actually doing what the fuck I was asking for, and the rest of them were all trying to shoot their shot basically. And I'm like, and it was so annoying because you could tell at the timing of like who watched the video and when the question was posted, I knew who was doing it. So I was just like, this is why. Like I can't. So yeah.
So wait, was it somebody we knew already?
Yeah, people I knew.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So somebody that you know posted on our Ooh Ladies First.
It was on mine.
You posted it, but didn't it have our shit on it?
I posted it, but yes.
Yes.
That's my point. It was a post for Ooh Ladies First Panel, and I said it was for Ooh Ladies First Panel.
OLFP returns for Valentine's Day. What we going through?
And I get it, and that's even more the reason why I was annoyed, because the thing is, the post had to do with Old Lady's first panel, but you so timid that you took the opportunity to try to shoot a shot anonymously.
Yikes.
And that's why we could never.
Exactly. Like, what do you mean?
Oh Lord.
And that's why we could never. And I'm not trying to be a mean, but honestly, that was even more of a turn off to me. Like, yes. And I know who I know it was 3 different ones. I knew exactly who they were. The other ones I didn't know, but I'm just like, please say it with your chest if you know anything about this.
Okay, listen.
Actually, don't say anything at all. But
at this point, woman to woman.
Anyway,
the post song, that was a good choice.
Thank you. That's what kind of tea I was trying to get into. Hello. But we got this listener letter right here.
Ooh.
I will read it for y'all. So she says, I have been with my husband for 11 years. I'm 30 years old. And okay, she's trying to say her husband is a narcissist. We have 2 children and he verbally and emotionally abuses me. He always refers to me as a child, which I'm not. I really just want tips to fight the depression. I know I need to leave. We have 2 children, 9 and 7, and they are 2 boys. I really don't want them growing up with toxic masculinity he promotes, especially because my sons are very emotionally intelligent thanks to me. So that's all she said. So I'll let y'all, I don't know, like.
Is there a question in there?
She said that she wanted advice on how to deal with the depression. But then she said something about she don't want her sons to deal with the narcissistic abuse. And I'm going to say this. Let me hold your hand when I say this. Is you ain't ready to leave. You're not leaving. You're not leaving anytime soon. You're not ready to leave. Because the first thing she asked was advice on how to deal with the depression. You're not really identifying the source. Your advice should be like, how to leave. And if that's the question, then I can still confidently say you're not ready to leave, because I don't think that people don't really be ready to leave until it comes from within. You could ask so many people different things and it don't really matter. So yeah, I don't know. What do y'all think about her commentary? I mean, her question.
I think that to fight the depression, because she's not ready to leave, I think she might need to spend some time. I just feel like I have some questions really before I can even give you that. I'm wondering, how do you depend on him? Do you depend on him financially to where you probably can't go to the gym, right? Just getting out of the house for a second, getting some fresh air, going for a walk, going to the gym, start a little workout routine or something, doing some meditating or whatnot. Like, I would say start creating outlets for you to kind of get away from him. Identify things that make you feel good, things that you enjoy doing, and go and do those things. But I don't know how much you rely on him financially. That's what I'm wondering. What are the other dynamics? Do you not want to raise the kids by yourself? And I hate to say it, you should start having those conversations with your sons now on how they feel about how the dad is reacting to you, because some part of me feels like they already got their daddy ways. I don't know why, but I kind of feel like
at 9 and 7, you're right. Because what do they say? The kid's most important development stage is like through 6. At 6, the core of who they are is there.
Yeah. And if you don't want them to have that, you're going to have to make a change like today. Like, you're going to have to start strategizing. That'll bring you up out of depression when you strategizing on how you're going to get the hell on from this man. That's one thing. Yeah. I mean, I can relate not being married to a person, but being in a situation like that. And it was really difficult to get out of. Emotionally grateful we did not have a child together because I did miscarry. However, I had to pray my way out of that. And I was like, I can't do it. I've tried to do it and I can't. And it ended up happening for me. It cost me to lose a child, but I hate to say it, this is bad, but it was for the better. Like,
it's not bad.
Not bad. You know what I'm saying? Like, damn, I lost, but I'm glad at the same time. That's so crazy.
That was an order.
Circumstances matter.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Let me ask you this though. So when she said that her husband was emotionally and verbally abusive, the thing that went off in my mind, and I feel like I can speak from experience, not of like abuse, but it literally, I felt like a lot of people, when I didn't get to the points where I was like, yeah, I'm gonna leave. And so I felt like it was something that could be detrimental for me to want to leave. So do you feel like you had to get to a point to where it was like, damn, this is kind of the norm, but now this has to be detrimental. So now I'm gonna leave. Like, I'm wondering if she has to get to that point and if you felt like what was the turning point for you to leave?
Honestly,
for me.
I can't, I don't know. I think it was just different stuff that was happening in my life at the time. Like I don't even know what it was. Because we would always like get into it. He would always find a reason to, I don't know, act like we have an issue so he can go out and do whatever he want to do. Like I don't know what that turning point was for me.
Mm-hmm.
But I guess I just got tired because we were together for like what, 6 years at that point? I think it was. So I just was tired and I was just praying. Like I want to get up out of this. I don't know how to do it. So you're gonna have to do it for. Ooh, was that the same time? No, because I prayed that in September. Then we had an incident in December, found out I was pregnant in January. Had a whole situation, miscarried. That situation led me to be like, yeah, this a wrap.
You
for
felt
me.
like
But
that was your escape right there.
yeah, but I had already prayed for it earlier on. I just didn't know it was going to come looking like that. But I just can't remember before that what led me to saying that. Can't remember. A lot of back and forth arguing, disagreements and stuff, I'm sure.
Yeah, beat him. Sorry. Yeah, I don't know. I feel like if you don't know what you want to do yet, you need to get mad. Like that's one thing that'll help. That's why I said beat him. Because once you get mad, I think that it gets easier to get the fuck away from me. You know what I'm saying? Like, no, seriously, get the fuck away from me. Be tired of people. You have to get to a point where you are tired of people. You have to remind yourself why you are tired of them. And if there's a moment that they ever disrespected you, or like a moment that really bothers you about y'all's relationship, a moment where you like, you know what, I shouldn't even be with your raggedy fuck ass. Remember those moments. Write them down somewhere. Okay, this is something that abusive men do, right? Whenever they narcissistic, they like, because my pa did this one time. This nigga was mad about an article that was in a paper about his ex-wife, but they framed it as if the new husband was the father and not my daddy, who was at some point a single parent. So that nigga was mad. So that nigga took the fucking newspaper clipping and put that shit on the bathroom mirror so he could see it every morning until my mama took the shit down. But I say all this to say, sometimes anger is very nutritious for you. Okay. Sometimes you need your anger. It is righteous. And sometimes I feel like it's not until you get mad about how people treat you do you actually feel like enough to leave. Like you really like playing with me. Like you really like playing.
I'm laughing because that's the part that turns to, for me, if I'm still getting mad, I still care too much. It's to the point to where I'm like, okay, bet.
And that's what she had. That's what I was thinking too. Like you got to start, in my head, some of the energy that he gives to you, if you're not afraid of him putting his hands on you, then like start being, I hate to say it. No, I don't. Be emotionally abusive to him. Be verbally abusive to him. Start withdrawing whatever it is that you give him to cause him to critique you in that manner, and start putting that energy into, like I said, the things that you like. Go out here and find you a new girl group to hang around. Join some different organizations or some groups or something like that. But yeah, you're gonna have to focus on what you like and not him.
Get new dick.
I'm
because just playing, please don't take bad advice from me. I'm just playing.
But no. But for real, it makes me question when I hear verbally, emotionally picking at you. He's picking at you, but he's putting somebody else up here on a pedestal. So that's what I think, that he probably already got somebody else potentially. So he's breaking you down because of whatever he's doing over there.
You have to treat
So
these
I don't
He
know.
might not even.
I'm saying go and cheat, yeah, because I don't know what you got going on.
If you cheat, don't get caught. That's what Kayla said down in
Definitely
the comments.
I'm not
Okay,
even
listen.
person to
find
cheat
some other
because
stuff to
it's
do.
too
Get into
much
yourself.
leap. It's too much effort to try to sneak and do something behind his
But you see,
back.
But she can make him think that's what she doing if she's
I
spending
don't
time
think
with
she ready.
herself.
The answer is to
do
leave.
something. You know what I'm saying? You gotta do something in the meantime. You can't just be sitting there feeling sad and shit. So if you
Get
ain't
out the
ready to
house.
leave just yet, I definitely suggest getting a hobby and getting out the house. Okay.
She got married too young. That's the first thing where I
Yeah,
was
you
like,
know
girl,
what I'm
30 years old and you've been married for 11 years. But I'm hollering because I am 31 years old and I was in a relationship for 10 years. Like, girl, and you got 2 kids.
When I tell you, if you don't
Mhm.
put them 2 little nigglets in the trunk and get the fuck out of it,
No,
Right.
if you're not gonna do that, beat him or cheat on him, but just treat him bad. Okay, you got to stop being nice. That's the main thing. Stop being nice, and don't feel bad about it either. Because remember, men manipulate your emotions. That's one of the key things they learn from their mammies is to emotionally manipulate you. If making you feel bad and all of that works, they will play on that, and you got to
Right.
get stone cold in your emotions.
She need to withdraw. Like, that's the only thing. Like, he's getting source from draining her. You need to completely withdraw. Like, and I remember one of the things that I had heard is that narcissists try to get you to engage in black hole conversations. They
Yes.
literally just want to steal your energy.
Circular arguments and shit. You like, what
You
the
know.
fuck are we talking about?
That's the mental abuse. That's the no, I didn't say it like that. You tripping. Why you do this?
Yeah.
Withdraw. Save your energy. Save your energy. You and your babies, you're gonna be all right. You're gonna live a good life.
Yeah. Because these
Yeah.
niggas, man.
Strategize.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
It be mean.
One more. We got one more listener letter. Let's see. Hey, ladies, this is my situation. My husband of 10 plus years passed away last year, and I'm now a widow. We were separated for almost 2 years prior to his passing, so technically, I'm not newly single. We share one child, so I am a single mom. Still being married on paper was hindering me from dating, but now I'm ready. I recently dropped 50 pounds, and I'm feeling myself. I wanted to know how you would go about dating again if you were in my shoes. I'm 38 with a great job and I own my home. I'm very successful at being independent, and have found my peace in single life. After being in a relationship so long, I don't know how to be anything other than someone's wife. I don't want to be single forever, but I'm definitely not ready to be someone's wife again. Dating is weird now, and I don't want to play games. And I don't want to be on dating apps either. I have a lot of past prospects, but I'm not necessarily interested in looking backwards either. What should I do? Please keep me anonymous. I love your panel.
Stop worrying about dick and just go about creating a life that is enviable. Whatever, and I mean like something, a life that's beautiful that you enjoy. Think Tracy Ellis Ross or some shit. But the reason why I say that is because you have too much to lose to be in a mindset to be looking for the next relationship. Looking for the next relationship means that you're going to get taken advantage of by niggas who could tell you looking for the next relationship. So if I was you, I wouldn't even want to be in a relationship. You might want to get sexual partners. And if that's the case, you know, vet these niggas, get STD panels, make sure they ain't crazy, and have a good time. But don't be in no committed relationship. Don't let no nigga come stay at your house. Make them take you somewhere to fuck if that's what y'all gonna do. But do not allow them to get comfortable, and your space is the main thing. You need to keep a separation because these niggas will sink their teeth into a good woman with a, you know, with a nice little setup because they love to find somewhere to live.
Ooh, say it.
So you
Say
gotta,
Yeah, I agree. I agree. Go out there and just enjoy yourself. Same thing for the last lady. Enjoy yourself. Do activities that you likely did not get a chance to do while you were married. You'll meet the people that you need to meet and engage with and have a great time with. You ain't trying to be nobody's wife. You don't have to be on dating apps. You just have to be open to trying new stuff with your homegirls or by yourself, and then you'll meet some people, I'm sure.
Yeah. Get comfortable doing shit by yourself. That's another thing. If you have a fear of doing shit alone, get that out. Like, get over it. Go out, have your phones, you know, make sure your phone charged, bitch. But get in the business of going out and enjoying your own company.
And if you happen to go to a bar to have your little drink and just people watch. Girl, go to the most expensive one that you can find.
Mm-hmm.
And sit up there, get your little piece of wine and just watch the people. Somebody gonna come over and talk to you, I'm sure.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. I agree. I
High
can't tell
end,
you.
very high end. This your high end year. Very high end.
Yeah, I think she should also invest in hobbies too. Yeah, just focus on having fun, really.
High-end hobbies if you can afford them. Clubs, lounging, just like clubhouses and shit like that, girl.
If you enjoy walking, I feel like some groups get together and like they may like hike a mountain and stuff like that. So if that's what y'all got in y'all area, get active. And if that's something that you are not into but hope to get into, it'll be kind of maybe cool to get a partner that's into that to kind of keep you involved in it. So
yeah. She said, how long? She said they was together for a long time too, huh? She said 10 plus years. Yeah. She 38. Girl, this your second win. Go do. Oh, I love that for you.
Great girl.
Yes. Okay. So speaking of people in relationships young, I saw a clip and it was Marsai Martin. And hold on, let me make sure it's showing the way I want it to show. Yeah. I don't like the way these little, there we go. The little circle things be irritating. We had that one good show with the circles. I want to see the circles some more. Okay. So Marsai Martin was on a show and Deion Sanders was trying to shoot his shot for his 3 sons. So let's watch it.
Joke. So I got to shoot my shot. I got 3 wonderful sons.
Oh,
I got 3 wonderful sons. Like, she got her own. She doing her thing. She popping. She don't need this. I got 3 sons.
It's good to know you got sons. I am taking.
Okay,
so
I just wanted to know. I wanted to know because my son.
Hey, you a good dad though. My dad would do the same thing.
I'm gonna make sure the fathers.
Okay. So yeah, here are his 3 sons. Those are his 3 sons, and
the father.
Marsai, she is in a relationship with a race car driver.
Yes.
I don't remember his name, but the reason why I wanted to talk about this is because the aunties was in the comments and they was like, "Girl, come to the back room, auntie, real quick. Like, let me show you that's what we don't do." Because okay.
What they say?
They were telling her not to say that she's off the market because she's not married. And I'm not gonna lie to y'all, that was my initial reaction. Like when I watched the video before I even went down to the comments, I was like, "Ooh." And there was a little projection there, I ain't gonna lie. I understand there's a respect aspect. Since she does have a boyfriend, she's in a public relationship, she wants to be respectful. But I just feel like there's a way you could have just said it just a little more cutesy, like I am in a relationship right now, or something like, right, something like, well, thank you. She kind of did that, but for me, I'm like, don't let your boyfriend block you from meeting your husband type shit.
Whoever the husband is, it ain't none of his knucklehead ass sons. Listen,
Probably not.
Listen,
come on.
That was the main thing for me because I am starting to like have a real issue with parents getting involved in the romantic relationships of their children. I want y'all to mind y'all fucking business. Your sons can get women without you interfering, and it's actually fucking weird that you would proposition her in such a way, considering the fact that she ain't that far away in age from fucking Carucci. So it's just weird within itself. You didn't need to do that. And I think she was a little caught off guard by it, which is why she did that. And in real life, don't nobody care that girl got a little boyfriend. Don't nobody care. Anybody that's really trying to fuck with her gonna say, "Oh yeah, you got a little boyfriend, that mean you can't date?" And what? And they're gonna wait for him to break up if they really want it. They just gonna wait for him to break up. Give it a year or 2. That was just weird. Like, what is going on with you old ass niggas? The way y'all always feel like y'all have to get involved with these young men and what these young men got going on. That's weird. When you was 20 something, did you need your daddy to get a woman for you, Deion Sanders? Because if I recall, you was out here major macking and hoeing with an S curl and in suits and shit. You didn't look like you needed no help. Ugh.
I understand where some of the ladies were coming from as far as, don't do that. Okay, you ain't taking off the market. But I'm also thinking, what if she genuinely wasn't interested? Some women that be single as hell be saying, "Oh no, I got a man." What your man got to do with me? But no, I got a man. Maybe she genuinely was not interested in being a part of the Sanders family in any capacity. Could have just been that simple.
That was just such a weird thing to do. And I feel like one of them or two, either one or two of them niggas is gay. So please leave us alone. Don't be trying to push your motherfucking sons on us.
I feel like, I love me some Marsai. When I say she be like in her own space, so unproblematic, don't be like, even with her race car driver boyfriend, they're not flashy and all of that. I'm like, why would she want to go over here with the Sanders and y'all keep the spotlight on y'all at all times? Like, everybody don't want that type of attention. No.
And he did say, she got her own.
Yeah,
that kind of made me gag. Like, ugh.
Yeah, you want your sons to get with girls who got their own money, so what? They could trick off of her.
But here's the thing: a lot of times when dads say that, your sons don't want that. That's what you want for them, but your sons don't want that. And that makes me think of LeVar Ball, who really liked Nikki Baby for his son Jello Ball, saying, "Oh, she got her own everything. She good. She this and that. She go and buy whatever she wants." But your son didn't want that. Your son went to the girl that was needing him.
Mm-hmm.
And then look what he got. Now he regretting it. But y'all sons don't be wanting that.
Like, mind your business.
They are too cute.
Worry about you and Karuchi Tran. Weird ass nigga.
Is that his name, Luca? Or is that something else?
No. Okay. His name is, where is it? Raja?
Raja. Okay.
Raja Karuth. Raja? I might be saying it wrong. But yeah, they've
been together for what?
This post was in June 2025, but I thought it's been longer than that.
That's what I thought.
And no athletes.
You won't hear nothing about them.
If you can avoid athletes, okay? Because they cute and all of that, but they'll be busting you upside the head and shit.
It's not funny. I'm sorry.
It's not. Yeah. But how many girl? I'm just saying, I saw too many stories on the blogs last weekend. It was like, what the fuck is going on? Y'all niggas.
The athletes, it's like, I feel like the NFL is the worst. They just be having all kind of stuff. I'm talking about all kind of stuff going on.
With y'all.
I really need to do the dedicated video about the time that I dated the Cowboys player for 6 weeks. I really need to, because it was CTE going on up there for sure.
You did, it was some
going on up there.
Yeah. What a time. I need to do that. Okay.
Yeah.
So anyway, I can at least respect that she don't play about her man. She cut that off. She was just like, no, thank you. But this reminded me of somebody else who don't play about.
Can I please?
Oh yeah, go ahead.
Please. Because I done got a little, not upset, but I done got slightly irritated that you advocate for your sons, but you didn't for your daughter. We can now move on.
Oh.
We can move on because it's always the sons, but never the daughter.
Jacquees ain't good enough for her.
Absolutely.
No, not if he telling all his business to his ex-girlfriend Dreezy about what y'all got going on.
I didn't know. Oh,
yeah, Dreezy came to the internet and told everybody the girl was pregnant before she could tell the people she was pregnant.
And he got one of his locks pulled out by Trey Songz. What is going on? And remember, he was friends with Trey Songz and hanging around him, and then decided to come out and say that he was assaulting people, but you was hanging around him.
Damn.
Yeah.
Damn.
Yodelay.
I didn't know he got the lock pulled out.
Y'all don't remember that when that happened? They got into that fight?
No.
Yeah. And then Jacquees got online and like showed the locks. I forgot what they got into it about. But they damn sure was friends and got into a little scuffle.
And then the boy, Jacquees and old girl, when they just arguing not too long ago, he was just upset about something. Like they stay
together
into
right
it,
now.
but you ain't advocate for your daughter. Say what?
They together now?
No, not that I know of.
Oh Lord. Yeah, you clocked it. I think that's a perfect way.
And she was getting into it, I believe, with his family too. I think his mama or something like that. So it's
I hate that. All right. So I was about to say, somebody else who don't play about their man is Latto.
Yikes. Embarrassing.
Wait, what part was embarrassing?
Her in this relationship. Like, she's just always getting embarrassed by this nigga. Like, always, consistently.
Really?
Without fail. It don't seem that way to you?
No. Are you talking about the fact that he might be married?
And don't ever really like claim her like that until some like low-key recent shit? And she always gushing about him?
I don't feel like she always gushing about him.
She wasn't gonna watch What Happens Live? And it was my man. Yeah.
That was recent.
But I feel like for the longest, people have been like Latto fucking with that married man and he don't never claim her. And then over time, it was like, okay, he might be claiming her, but then not really. And now he walking against the wall like he don't want to touch her or something.
No, that was about he walking against the wall to be away from the Jenners, from Kendall.
Oh, so why is Latto up? Oh, because she reacting.
Yeah,
she reacting.
So she
like he better be on that wall type of energy.
Exactly. So this is
okay.
See,
that's
he was
too much. That's too much. Come on, sir.
Honestly,
come on, sir.
I don't know if he did that for himself genuinely or if it was for Latto.
They always denied each other though. Oh, it didn't come across like that to me.
Right, they did always deny each other. And he has they both have tattoos for each other. And then I feel like right when she went on Watch What Happens Live, that's when they dropped that song together. And I feel like that was supposed to be the like, yeah, this my man. That song horrible.
And the reason people found out that, well, one of the ways they may have been known, but I think she was getting her hair done or something. People caught a tattoo on her. It was already speculation that's what it was about her in 21, but she never confirmed it. Yeah. And people zoomed in on a video to catch a tattoo I think she had behind her ear that was his real name. And that's how people started saying, oh, it's been confirmed they're together, but neither one of them would ever say it.
You don't think that's saying? I believe it.
Yeah, but I think people do feel like she
got her
talks
name
about him a lot because of her music. She never says his name, but she'll say, my man, or I'm doing this or that with my man. And I know that's been a conversation that I've seen people talk about. Like she always mentioning her man in these songs.
Yeah, she does. She'll like do something real slight, like it's a song and she'll say like, what song? I can't remember. But she said like 777 something. Like she always be trying to like get to 21 in her songs and she be real sleek with it. It low-key be kind of cute. That's why I'm like,
Okay. I take y'all word for it.
Yeah, he don't do I don't think he's anything really. They just be in their own lane.
I think the biggest thing is the fact that he has a wife, and I think that's why people be on her head about it, that he's married. And I can't say nothing about it because I don't know if they are like really together and you messing with this married man like that, or if he just married the lady for citizenship or something.
That's what they say.
I don't know what's going on.
I have heard that.
But that is that lady's husband. So I don't
know. I just have always felt like, she was kind of excited about him and he was acting like he didn't really know her. That's how it seemed to me. But I also don't be paying that close attention. So y'all could be, y'all probably right.
I think it's just because she did so much on Watch What Happens after both of them not ever saying nothing at all.
I think he's just, to me, a dry individual, period. Mm-hmm. So when I first heard about it, I was like, oh, they date? Because he doesn't really show much of his personality at all. And the fact that she's more vibrant, and I listen to her music more than his to even know if he's singing about her. I think that's why it may look a little off.
Okay.
For some people, but yeah.
But But yeah,
Yeah.
like he putting too much on it with Kylie, because it's like, dude, you couldn't just like walk a little slower. You had to
That
clean the
was
wall with your jacket. Like,
right.
Well, I was also gonna call out that it looked like he was holding a blunt. You can't see it in this post,
Oh,
but if there's another video, you see, look, you see he put his hand up to his
yeah.
mouth.
But what you doing all of that for now? He was really trying not to walk close to her because he went and pulled the joint right back up to his mouth after that. I ain't stupid.
Yeah,
This
that's
what
a
you
good
do.
point.
At moments like that, you just kind of stop and let people walk ahead of you a little bit.
right.
Yeah, why did he do that? He thought he was gonna disappear into the wall.
That's what I'm saying. Like, you acting weird about it. You
Yeah,
making it weird.
and we know they're not. They don't got. I don't think they got nothing going on because I thought Kendall was dating somebody else. So it's like you acting like that will make a person think it's more than what it is.
Yes, because she looked like she laughing at him like this
I
motherfucker.
would have
Yeah,
laughed at him too.
it does look like she laughing for sure. Well, yeah, I guess he's scared. And he's scared. Dude, that's him claiming her out loud, is what I feel like. Okay. All right. So, have you ever seen the show Black Mirror? I used to love that show.
I heard a
So
lot about it, but I haven't yet.
oh my gosh, you need to go watch it. That was my show. It's on Netflix, but it's kind of like dang, where I don't know if I can find the post. I'm looking for it now. Oh, there we go. It's kind of like, did y'all ever watch the Twilight Zone?
Yes.
Like me and Daddy used to watch that show a lot.
I don't think so.
Yeah, that's my shit.
I don't
It's
remember.
like
I don't know.
I still go and watch
psychological.
old episodes and shit on Amazon Prime, I think.
Yes. So like psychological thrillers, mind fucks, and that's basically all Black Mirror is. But Black Mirror, every episode usually has to do with some form of like technology. Like everything has to do with technology or something in the future.
Right.
And a lot of times it's
phone is a Black Mirror.
yes.
Right.
One of my favorite episodes was the one where, and this one was kind of lighthearted, was the one where everybody kind of had like a Yelp review. So your exchange would be credit like for likes, like real life likes. So like if I went to the coffee shop, yeah, the girl went to the coffee shop and she might be nice and she might tip the barista. The barista and her will touch phones and give each other like 5-star reviews. But let's say you walk to the grocery store and you don't hold the door for the person behind you and they not fucking with you, ding, your credibility is gone. So that's like that was one episode.
Social status?
Yeah, that was just, but every episode is something different. Like there's one dark episode that sticks with me and it's called Archangel, and it was about like a device that you could put into your child and you could it had to do with parental monitoring, so you could see whatever your child experienced, and if you didn't want your kid to see something that was like PG-13 in real life, it would just blur. Like it was a little girl in the episode, her grandpa had a heart attack in front of her and died, but she didn't even know he was having a heart attack because her parental rating was blocked, she couldn't see it. Anyway,
that's creepy as fuck.
It is.
Yeah.
I saw the one where they was living inside of like a big ass box that was like a screen, but it was like an Amazon thing, and it was ads all the time, like in the middle of the night. Like it was like the phone was like screens all around, and the guy was a Black guy, and I just remember it was crazy to me because it was always ads, like. And him being like trapped inside this box that was like being trapped inside of a phone 24/7, and it was like overstimulating and shit. Like I remember that one, but I haven't watched all of them, but I did see quite a few that were good. Like the one I think from the last season, where you have cancer or something like that, and you gotta get
Tracy Ellis Ross.
Was it that one you had to get the upgrade? Yeah, it was that one. Yeah.
Yeah, that one. And then there was another one where a lady's husband died, and she was, I think it was her husband, or maybe it was a wife. I think it was the husband that died. I can't remember. Somebody died, whatever. And they missed the spouse. So they offered a service while she was grieving and was like, oh, well, if you want to keep the memory of your husband alive, like we can activate an AI version of him and you can talk to him through email using his tone of voice, because we could see everything and his personality and we could just basically recreate it for you. So she does that for a little while until it's not enough. And she's like, well, damn, I want to fuck my husband. So they give her a clone of her husband who's the AI version of her husband. And, you know, she has a good time at first, but like the soul of her husband is not there. So eventually at the end, and it might be the opposite way, like a wife. I think it's the wife who's dead. Anyway, in the end, you should watch the episode. But in the end, I think he ends up getting the AI wife to unalive herself, and he unalives himself too. He's basically just like,
I saw that one.
that's it. Like, I'm done. So, reason why I'm bringing that up, y'all, we are in the time of Black Mirror. I'm like, what is going? I hate this shit. We are in the time of Black Mirror. I came across an article this morning, and it says, death may not be the end. So, Meta is confirmed to have access. They were granted a patent that would use AI to train a bot to keep post-mortem accounts alive. Not only that, they tried to spin it to be like, oh, so if you're an influencer or you're somebody on social media, if you want to take 6 weeks off, we could use AI you over these 6 weeks to create content so you don't miss a beat. Meta says that they don't have any intentions of actually using the stuff, which is funny to me because why the fuck do you have a patent for it if you don't have any intention of using it? But they're saying they can do this for people's accounts, people who have died and people who want to take breaks from social media. So what do y'all think about it?
I think it's creepy. Creepy. And I think I'm tired of all of this shit. And I'm actually like, I know at some point, like that's what the billionaires and everybody is working towards, like trying to escape death. Because that's the only thing that, you know, that is the great equalizer, which is why I don't always view death as such a negative thing. And I feel like I have a healthy relationship with death. I feel like, yeah, it's unnatural. There's a lot of unnatural shit going on. And I just want y'all to let motherfuckers die. I want y'all to just let people be done. Like, stop.
Yeah, I think it's that. And also, when I hear the story, it makes me think that they are working on replacing humans. Like, if you allow us to create a page or whatever, photos, videos of you with AI for the next 6 weeks, we're going to offer you another 6 weeks off. And probably they're going to pay you more during that time off. And you're going to be like, oh, well, no, I'm getting paid more just to sit back and not even do anything. And then over time, people are going to start adopting that. Then they're going to start replacing the people, all while using us, okay, to experiment on so they can figure out ways for them to continue to stay alive and keep their ship running. Why make me think about like vampires drinking blood? Like,
because that's all. I mean, all of the exploitation is them feeding off of us and feeding off of our energy.
Yes. I
that's
don't know.
yeah.
We are on the cusp of like, just, it is interesting because I remember a bunch of the psychics and the mediums and shit. I think it was last year or 2 years ago, they were saying that like the truth is going to come out, like things are going to start to come out.
They've been saying that for years though. Like, to me, I feel like ever since, I can't tell y'all when, but I remember distinctly like feeling maybe 1996. It's not going to be the same anymore. I don't know what's happening, but it's not going to be the same anymore. Having that thought. But like, I feel like even like in the 70s, there was like this thing of at some point this veil will be lifted. I don't know whether it was like the age of Aquarius shit. I don't know whether it was that, but whatever it was like we're going into this time where this veil is going to be lifted. And I would keep hearing about it when Hillary and Trump first did their first, you know, go at it. That was another moment where I remember people saying, we are leading down a path and we're either going to make one choice or we're going to make another choice. And one of the choices is going to lead us down a very dark path. And it really did feel like it was the choice between her and him. And it's not that she's like this perfect entity, but you see where we are now, right? And I feel like it would, you know what I'm saying? We would have been on some way to clean energy and flying fucking cars by now if they had put that lady in office, simply because I think she would have been better at the job. What he's done is created so much of this moving backward that we can't even progress past 1999 anymore. Like, my God.
Yeah. It's honestly quite scary. Like, even with the way that, okay, for one, I say I never do this. We've had conversations about this before about how it's scary that, we didn't upload hundreds of videos to YouTube at this point. They got what they need if they wanted to replicate. That shit is scary. And
Yeah.
I will also say I am starting to more frequently see AI content in social media like algorithms. Like I saw an image and it was on some dumbass shit too. And it's really irritating me. I saw an image of Queen Latifah holding Lil Jon
Uh,
in a graveyard, like in
yes.
a cemetery.
Yep.
And Lil Jon was crying in her chest because y'all know his son recently just passed. May he rest in peace.
Mm-hmm.
But the way that shit is being cycled, like, it's so intentional because they all, I feel like the powers that be, whoever, they cycle our social media intentionally. We don't truly have control over that shit. So the way that they are trying to mix the real with the fake is kind of like to put the cloak back over our eyes. And I noticed that even more so within the last 2 weeks. Even my algorithm has been completely different. Shit is getting weird. And
Mm-hmm.
I'm honestly nervous about what the future is. Like, it's the equivalent of, like, you know, people's making jokes about parents today not being able to help their kids with math problems. What the fuck is the next generation of kids gonna have to face? Like, people our elders, they getting scammed on the phone. We gonna see, we're at this point to where we seeing AI images online, and that's the scamming point. Wait until we walking down the street. We don't know if it's a real person or not.
Oh God.
And I think then that's when we have to remember that everything is everything, and that if it's wrong, it's wrong, right? Like, there are some things I feel like we should just be clear on. And I think that's what will help in that. Like, so for instance, people that don't seem to understand that fucking kids is wrong. Like, that's happening all over the place in all of these different ways, right? It's happening on this large scale with Epstein and, all of that. But it also happens every day in people's families.
Mm-hmm.
And, like, so I feel like as long as we can stay clear on what's wrong is wrong, then I feel like we could make it through whatever the next phase of this shit will be. But we have to be very clear on how we are moving, because to me, it's a lot of evil is good shit going on. You know what I'm
Yes.
saying?
Yep.
Ton of it.
And I don't like it.
I agree. In addition to what Bondi is saying, they just rolling stuff out little bit by little bit to get us accepting of it, versus dropping it all. Because I feel like when they do it like that, I do kind of feel like it's hard for everybody to be clear and be on the same page. Because when you're rolling it out like just a little bit of chat GPT, you got some people taking a hard stance, and then you got a lot of people that's like, nah, hell no, this should just help me get a discount. I've been able to figure this and that out. So that's what they're doing. I think they've learned the pattern of us, how we operate, how we shape, move, and that helps them with how they slowly roll things out to us. And we may just have to get a bit more. I feel like the theme is strategic.
Yeah.
While they figuring out ways to communicate, we got to figure out some new ways to communicate and be clear on the direction, as Bondi said, that we're going in. Because we're gonna be so toe up in a few years. That's what it seems like.
2 years, heavy on that. It ain't even like in the next 3 decades. It's like the next 5 years. Like three.
All of the Black women that have lost jobs. And
Listen.
I was just like, the funny part, people don't even realize they lost a lot of those jobs in the government sector. Like, a lot of people I know was like, was talking about it today, but CPS workers and shit. Like, people that work for child protection services, a lot of Black women in those positions got fired last year.
Yep.
Yeah. Yep. And that's all, well, we all know that's all intentional, but that's because the government, I need to find the video. I'm going to find the video. Let me find the video because it's somebody who explains it better than me, but the government is essentially penalizing companies Oh, this is what she said in the video. I can kind of paraphrase. She explains that, a couple years ago, everybody was hollering about Target removing the DEI from their company stuff. This is her hypothesis, it's not confirmed. So around the time that Trump went into office, as soon as he went into office, there were changes, and the changes meant that the EEOC could make their own claims within a company and do their own investigation. Typically, the employees would have to do that, and then EEOC would go investigate. Once Trump came, it was like, no, we're allowed to go do it. So what they started to do was investigate to see if they could prove that white people were losing jobs to black people. So I haven't applied for any jobs lately, but I've heard from people who had that now whenever you're applying for a job, they no longer ask like, are you non-Hispanic, black, Asian, white? They break it all the way down, like African heritage, African American heritage.
I heard that too.
And that's so they could do the investigation. So allegedly, the EEOC is currently investigating Nike to prove that Nike have been giving black people and people of color more chances over white people. So that's the reason why Target decided to remove the whole DEI sector, and the reason why a lot of these other companies are removing the DEI sector as well, because they don't want to get sued or be forced to comply. So the companies that say they really about it, like they really about the people, regardless of if they have it or not, which is kind of what Target came out and said, that's kind of what they're trying to stick to, because they feel like they have to be I guess if you're appearing to be a lefty or whatever the fuck you want to call it, they don't want to be I don't know, targeted is what I'm trying to say.
Mm-hmm.
Damn shame.
It is on a whole bunch of levels. I remember when that shit first happened, DI was one of like pains of my existence, arguing with people about that shit. And it's just so confusing because it's like, are you purposefully trying to misunderstand it? Even when black people say it, even like people like Pharrell and shit, it's like, why are y'all acting so fucking stupid? Why are y'all acting like you don't understand that if they don't have governmental guidelines and incentives to hire people that are not white, they're only gonna hire white people? This is not rocket science. Anybody that was ever still working in the private sector can tell you that it's still 3-4 black people to every 10 white people in any department. Like, it is really upsetting to see all of this misinformation actually being believed, even with all of the statistics that came before it, with why we even had to have affirmative action and DEI in the first place, because the statistics showed how much they were not hiring black people, and also how it's a high turnover rate. So you mistreating the employees. And another thing is that just over the entire board, regardless of whether you are black or not, they are mistreating employees at large. And everything they did was to go in and bust up unions. Everything they did was to go and make it harder for you to get a better shake as an employee. So yeah, girl, when I tell y'all, the shit be pissing me the fuck off, and it always has. And even when I was working at the news station, talking to other people that just say some of the most ignorant shit, and you don't understand because y'all work at the same job, y'all see the same information, a lot of y'all had the same amount of education, and it will still come out of their mouth and just say the craziest shit.
I was thinking the other day about how we're gonna move out after this because I could talk about this all day, but I literally was thinking the other day about how a company I was at, and it's crazy because I don't think about the shit till after the fact, but a company I was at, I was the only black person in my position, and I had went to like a presentation meeting, and in the middle of the presentation, instead of asking me about my business, he said, can you tell me the formula to how you get XYZ? Y'all know I'm a retail analyst, so I do math all day. And for him to ask me that question, I was like, it threw me off. I answered the question. He goes, good job. And everybody was like, oh my gosh, you did so good. This, that shit right there.
Mm-hmm.
This, that shit. Not, and it was on some, well, I know you hired. I know you've been doing a job for 2 years.
But
I know you can do it.
Prove to me that you know this very basic thing for your job.
What's 2 + 2? Black woman.
Girl.
Anyway, we are going to keep on because y'all know if I'm hosting the show, we're gonna have some type of true crime in the mix. Which one are we gonna get into first? Okay, let's talk about Nancy Guthrie. Nancy Guthrie, I'm gonna pause this real quick. Nancy Guthrie is the mother of Savannah Guthrie, who's a host, I believe, for Good Morning America. Um, Her mother is 84 years old. She went missing just all of a sudden. She had dinner with her daughter and some of her kids the night before. One of the things that sticks out is that instead of her kids driving her to the dinner, they sent her an Uber. So the 84-year-old mother comes over in an Uber, goes home in an Uber allegedly. She gets home, nobody hears from her. Around 4 o'clock in the morning or something like that, the Ring alarm was snatched off her door. And they have like a short clip of video footage of a man in a ski mask. Well, people think it's a man, some people think it's a woman in a ski mask with a backpack, removing the doorbell. Also, with that, there's blood, like blood splatters around her front door. A couple days later, I think 2 days later, they get TMZ gets a piece of a ransom, and they're saying, "Hey, I want this much money in Bitcoin." I think it was like $6 million or something like that. No one has verified on if that ransom note was legitimate or not, but that's what came out. So we've at this point have missed the deadlines. I think the deadline for that ransom to be paid was on Monday. The 84-year-old woman has medicine that she has to take to survive that she doesn't have access to. So a lot of people believe at this point that she is with the Lord. But yeah, so these are her kids, and this is the first video that they put out in response to the ransom letter. So I wanted to play that, and then we're gonna get into some theories. Oops. Dang, where'd it go? There we go.
And we understand. Received your message, and we understand. We beg you now to return our mother to us so that we can celebrate with her. This is the only way we will have peace. This is very valuable to us, and we will pay. We received your message.
All right. So based on this video, people think that is one of the siblings. They think both of the siblings are acting weird in the video. What do y'all think about the siblings?
Yeah, that sister looked like she was trying to force herself to be emotional. So something was a little off. I feel like the brother is trying not to really look into the camera. At times he's looking at the floor. So I honestly don't know. I can't say, I'm not sure about the brother, but the sister, when I first pressed play on it and her like, I was like, yeah, it's like you're trying too hard. It's something about it, like it's just not giving real. But maybe they're still shocked as well. So that's a possibility.
I don't know because, there are questions and conspiracy theories around why one would kidnap Savannah Guthrie's mom because of what Savannah Guthrie was involved in.
Yeah, I'm about to get to that too.
Okay, so then I won't say that. But I'll just say I don't know what to believe. At first, I was very much looking at the siblings like they looked weird, but this is a weird situation.
Mm-hmm.
And so I don't want to judge just off of this because it's not enough. But I also, like, in general, don't trust. And y'all, if there are white women out there, please don't feel offended. But I don't trust y'all to be good parents. And when I say that, I mean, I think a lot of white women look like they're a good mom to somebody, but they're actually not. Because, like, historically, y'all only started raising y'all own children as of recent. Like, within the past maybe 40, 50 years, y'all have started to, like, raise y'all own children at large. And even still to this day, people have nannies and all of that, depending on how much money they have. So, yeah, sometimes I feel like y'all kids hate y'all. So I don't know. Like, You know, I don't know, girl. People are going no contact these days. Like, it's all very weird. It could be a setup in order to get money out of Savannah. Like, if somebody else in the family doesn't have any money or they want money, then
I
they
think
can.
the entire family's rich. Somebody says the family's net worth is 40 million.
Oh, if that's the case,
wow.
then y'all did something to somebody, or this was a way to get back at Savannah for, you know, whatever might be going on. If y'all rich like that, yeah, y'all did something for this to happen.
That's what I'd be wondering too. Hold on, I was about to say
So
something
that's the reason why they look like they faking emotion. If they rich like that, she didn't raise them. So they probably don't have any real emotional connection, but it has to look a certain way. That
Yeah,
might
there's
be
no
the
telling. But they have had more videos. Like they look, this is Savannah's next video, and she ends up doing it. Oh, wait. I'm jumping ahead. Before I get to that, I also want to call out how people were saying that it was weird that she said, return our mom so we can celebrate with her. So people was like, that's a weird to say celebrate for someone who's already dead. And everybody else is kind of like, no, they're saying celebrate that she's home. A lot of people think that at this point they know that it's not like they know she's not coming home. But what I was gonna get to next, they all did separate. I think two of the siblings did separate videos the next time around.
Savannah Guthrie is now calling.
We believe our mom is still out there.
Savannah Guthrie is now calling on the public for help as the search for her 84-year-old mother, Nancy, stretches into a second week.
If you see anything, you hear anything, if there's anything at all that seems strange to you, that you report to law enforcement. We are at an hour of desperation, and we need your help.
Her plea posted several hours before the captor's second deadline from an alleged ransom note sent to news outlets last week. Kyle Vowinkle is a former FBI hostage negotiator.
Seems to me that the communications may have come to a halt, or maybe they made a decision not to send the money.
The FBI says it is not aware of any continued communication between the family and suspected kidnappers.
Okay. So that much is going on. So there are, wait, am I muted? No, there are people who assume that the killer is within the family, and then other people who think that it could be this man right here, because they said that the the FBI, what they won't do is say if they have a suspect in mind, because they need enough evidence to prosecute. They think that they're playing the long game. So they say, if somebody like this is playing the long game, then they're feeling comfortable, and what they want to do is be loud and come back to the scene of the crime. So either they're going to put out videos, which is why they think her children are suspects, or you'll be like this man who I'm about to show right here, who did an interview not once, but twice on this case.
So how long have you been living here?
I've been living in Tucson for about 36 years.
What do you think happened here? As you being a Tucson resident, what's your gut telling you?
My gut is telling me that it's the brother-in-law, or the son-in-law.
Son-in-law. Why?
Just too many things. You know, he had pictures. There was a picture or two that came out, and you haven't seen him since. You haven't heard from him.
Radio silent.
The other people have, the family, Savannah and, her brother and sister have done things. He hasn't been involved in any of it. And
so that's one video. Then he
my name's Jason. I have a premonition that after day 2, I have a premonition that the son-in-law has something to do with it. Not sure exactly what, but it was very, very weird that after day 2, they showed a picture of the son-in-law with 2 guys, and it hasn't surfaced since. He's been out of the limelight this whole entire time. No interviews, no sitting with his wife during interviews, nothing. So I just have a weird feeling about it. I could be wrong, but I don't want to speculate. Oh, it's him, because I don't want to speculate. Everybody speculates.
All right.
You already speculated. The first half was you speculating, sir.
Mm-hmm. And I'm going to try to look for it. Y'all let me know y'all's thoughts on him, but I'm trying to look for the video footage or the camera footage of the person at the doorbell.
The first video, he looked very suspicious. The second one, not so much. The second one that you shown, he seemed like he was just saying what a lot of people were already thinking, but I don't know. I don't know. It's just peculiar. Did you see the Mexican DoorDash guy that they arrested?
Yeah, I didn't know if that was real or not.
Yeah, he was like, he ain't had nothing to do with that. They picked him up, arrested the man and everything.
Here's the video. This is a still from the video, and this is the only image that they have of the suspect, or the only few images. And some people are saying it's a woman's eyes, some people are saying it's a man's eyes. Whoever it is, they says have light colored eyes.
For me, I was thinking it's a mask under a mask, honestly.
Ooh, I seen that somewhere recently. Where was it? Where did I see that at?
That's the first thing I thought of when I saw it. I was like,
It might
I wouldn't be surprised.
But I'm gonna tell you this though. I feel like that man, because when I first saw that man, y'all, the picture that they posted for the DoorDash man that they got, I was just like, that man eyes look crazy. But it did. He looked like, his eyes was just real buck, but it's a scary situation. But pictures can be misleading. That was one of the moments where I was like, he looked like a crazy motherfucker. But they be jacking people up randomly because they brown these days. So that don't mean they need a person, but the nigga look crazy in the eyes. So, But yeah, I don't know what's going on, y'all, but it feels connected to the overall shit for some reason.
Yeah, go ahead, Bondi. Talk about what it's connected to.
Okay, so apparently Savannah interviewed Epstein victims. She interviewed the woman that they said unalived herself.
Virginia,
Guthrie, yes. So there are questions about if that isn't any connection. And nobody has heard anything like since they kidnapped that lady. Like nothing for real besides the ransom. And the girl said they was willing to pay the ransom, but they hadn't heard anything back after the first initial message, which made me feel like something must have happened. So I don't know.
One theory I heard that I thought was pretty interesting, and I hate to speculate if they didn't do it, because there was just a case like a month ago about this black guy and his white wife went missing. And he was like, yeah, she was last wearing this and she left the house. And it was like, his interview was also hella weird.
Yeah, I remember.
But they ended up finding her in a lake and she allegedly unalived herself. And so he anyway, hate to do it. But one of the rumors that came out was that they believe that everything happened at the dinner. They believe that when she went to the dinner, she was unalived there, brought home dead. And this ransom is a cover up basically just to throw everybody off from what potentially had happened. Wow. So people believe that the children know. And that would be a crazy story.
Wait, but so what dinner?
So when the daughter and the son-in-law took the mama to dinner that night.
Well, they sent her an Uber. They sent her an Uber, which is why people think that part is probably premeditated, because who is sending a 84-year-old mother in an Uber to dinner instead of just going to go?
What a pacemaker! What ain't this what it was like, or pace monitor or something?
People that don't like their mama. That's who. I'm just saying. I'm telling you, she rich. Kids probably don't like her.
I think everything could be true.
Yeah.
I wouldn't be surprised if, as Niecy says, the family could have something to do with it because someone involved in the Epstein situation could have told them this is what you're going to do.
Oh my gosh. I didn't think about that. That literally is everything. Everything coming together.
I wouldn't be surprised if all of that has happened. This is what you're going to do. And how you're going to do it.
I don't think we're gonna find out. That's it. And we're not gonna find out if this is due to her connection to the Epstein interviews. We're not gonna find out.
But I tell you one thing, leave it to great old TikTok. The rabbit hole that they're going to go down to
Somebody's gonna
dig
figure it out.
into every one of those Guthrie families' histories, it's going to be some interesting, honey. Because they gonna dig. They gonna dig.
Yeah.
That's
All right. So, on the connection of Epstein,
Mhm.
let's go ahead and get into this life touch thing. So, my sister is a school counselor, and they've had to cancel their picture day at school because the parents said, "Nope, you not getting a picture of my kid." And the reason being is because life touch was named in connection to Epstein, and they have
Mhm.
allegedly never deleted any pictures of anybody at all. Let's watch this clip and see how this lady breaks it down.
Tell me, after all these years, the company that comes to the schools by the name of Life Touch had ties to the e-files. The company that comes to these schools today, even when I was a child, has ties to the Epstein files. Baby, kids were excited to go to school for picture day. And the fact that the parents' information is on there, they address, emails, name of the school, the kids' teachers, and they had access to all that. So in my mind, what they were taking all these photos of children to pick and choose who they wanted. Baby, this thing is way bigger than what we think. And it's becoming more and more disgusting. These people.
That's why it's called Life Touch. Because they're going to keep touching on photos forever. For life.
And you know,
you're muted, Niecy.
I just said, girl. Yes, that's why it's called life touch.
And
But-
another thing, my
Go
bad.
ahead.
I was just about to say, along with this was the John Casablanca, the places that took pictures in the mall back in the day that would leak. Because I remember John Casablanca's used to just do like pictures. If you was cute enough, they would send you to the modeling agency. The modeling agency would put you in modeling school. And I feel like that is another way that they were able to get list of girls and get list of kids.
Y'all remember Barbizon?
Yes.
That, yep.
Yes.
Our mall used to have like a junior board type of thing where they would audition a lot of young high school girls to be a part of like the mall junior board. I forgot what it was called, but I think it was like junior board or something. Yeah, that's crazy to think if there was any connections, especially when I think about the junior board. I'm sure some of those young girls were a part of the pageant world, which then connects to all other stuff.
Yep. And also the
Jumping
modeling is
around.
connected to pageant shit on low key too, because a lot of them would do the same, like you know how they would do these runway shows around the country for like wedding dresses and all of that type of stuff. So they would get girls from those modeling agencies and from those pageants, and those girls would be paid to model at these like hotel events where girls are like walking back and forth in the dresses that you would buy for weddings and stuff like that.
That's
and to
crazy.
me, like, you never know who's in that room shopping for kids.
A bride, okay? A child bride. That's literally what I'm thinking about.
Girl, that's crazy.
Yeah.
The rabbit hole so deep, it's insane.
Girl, I watched a video. I showed a video today in my live where a woman talked about how millennials are dealing with the fact that most of our like teen years were constructed by these pedophiles. Like how Victoria's Secret was marketing all of their pink lingerie to tweens and teens, and you know, this is at the front of the fucking store. like supposed to be teen girls and lingerie and shit. I feel like we didn't realize there was an issue with that until time was going on. But like us doing, remember the G-strings outside the jeans and shit, like a lot of these, like the way the lights were in Abercrombie and Fitch, it was a lot of shit that was going on in the marketing of the stores that we were, going to, learners for kids and all of that shit. Yeah, like the owner of that, Les, whatever the fuck his name is, also in the files. But these people were like in charge of what was considered the standard of beauty, even for us growing up. And I think that is so fucking crazy when you think about it. That's why it is so important to live outside of what you see is being less, less wet. Yes, and the juicy shorts, all of that. Yeah. Like, the shit being on the butt of the pants and all of that. The terry cloth Johns, girl.
It's scary. The
It
pedophiles
really,
are out there. It is.
It is. It
It's
is.
so crazy.
Yeah.
I wonder if the Epstein files are connected at all to this guy, Johnny Gosch.
Girl, do you know? I've been thinking that the whole time. Yes, I believe so. 100%. Girl, him and John Bonet and Madeline McCain, but for sure, Johnny Gosch.
That was a crazy story. He went, a white boy, I think he was like 12 when he went missing. I think it's been over 40 years since he's been missing.
Like 89 or something.
I think he was like a paper route boy. He would get up in the mornings and like do like a paper route. And one morning, I think he ended up being kidnapped, never came home, I believe. But what was weird was like over the years, the mom would get calls from him, kind of like saying he's okay or like hinting at things that's happening to him. And they believe that he may have been taken to be a part of like a ring, basically what they touching on these little boys, same thing they do with the little girls or whatever. And over the years, people believe that they may have like with, I guess like technology transferring what you would look like today. They feel like he may be connected to the government in some capacity. I think they've shown some press conferences or something where this guy here, we don't know what his name is, but he looks exactly like Johnny Gosch. And he would call his mom and tell her that like he's alive, he's okay. I think one time she got a knock on the door or something like that.
And it was him.
It's crazy. It's crazy.
It was him. And not only that, one part I want to add in the document is the whole reason why they kind of, at that time, I think it was 89. No, it might have been 1980. But at the time, the term pedophilia was not widely used. People didn't even know what a pedophile was. It was a boy that was missing, and he actually ended up becoming homeless. And he had a brand on his ankle, and he was watching some TV show with the ad. What's that man's name? What's the man's name? The white dude with the missing. His son got kidnapped.
Oh, Adam. Walsh? Is it Adam Walsh?
Yes, Adam Walsh was on an episode, and the homeless man saw a girl on the show who was trafficked with the same brand tattoo as him. So he called in. He was like, "I can verify what she's saying is true." He took them to the property in Nebraska where they had all the kids underground. And the underground tunnel was there, just like he said. John Walsh, his son was Adam. Yep,
John Walsh. That's what it was. Yeah.
Underground, you could see where all the kids had been engraving their name, engraving their initials while they were being held in this house. But to Jamie's point, Johnny Gosch allegedly came home. They thought that the mom was crazy. He comes home, he knocks on the door, and he tells his mom, "Hey, I'm okay, but I can't come home." And the guy who did the interview with John Walsh, he said that once you get to a certain age, they kick you out, but then they make you go recruit other people. And then it gets to the point to where they drive you crazy, and then you end up being the homeless people on the street, but they all have the same branding. So it's all connected. And they think that Johnny Gosch is some man who worked for Fox News. And they were saying this when I first seen that documentary at least 8 years ago.
Yeah. Yeah, I can't remember. It was connected to another story where they feel like Johnny may have helped take somebody else. And another little boy that went missing, and I cannot remember. Also, some photos had came up, and they weren't, I don't think they showed the faces of the kids in the photos, but they believe that he could have been one of the ones in the photos. Like it's crazy, y'all. It's crazy. Y'all would have to look up his story. I don't know if stuff is still out there on YouTube about it, but it's Johnny Gosch with a G. It's Gosch. Like, it's crazy, but
So speaking of that creepy shit, because it's still on my mind from my live earlier today, talking about TD McNut, the pastor from Florida that sat down and did a live with his really it's like a foster kid. Not a foster kid, but he's like a foster parent to this boy and also to his nephew who also lives with him. But he didn't really accuse him. He was at school and they was asking him why he was acting out the way he was and why he was scared for them to call the man. And he lifted up his shirt and showed a whole bunch of marks that looked like, old belt marks all over the boy's body. When I went through that man's Facebook page, y'all, and y'all remember, I don't know if y'all remember, we talked about Rosalie and the CSAM and the pictures and the videos and how it's not always exactly sexual things, but that they will like take excessive amounts of pictures and videos of kids. I went through that man's Facebook today, y'all, and when I tell y'all, I think it's an excessive amount of pictures of them boys eating food. It's 2 boys that's living with him. That's the one, and then the mama sitting next to him. So on the weekends, the boy lives with the mama, but during the week, he's with this man who looks like he has like a program where he goes out with these young boys, gets their hair cut, takes them shopping, takes them to go to the spa, that type of stuff. A lot of like personal time with these kids, y'all. And he sat up there and shamed the boy. The boy is sitting in between him and the mama, and he's shaming him. And they basically tell him, you put us through all of this you put us through because you a liar and all of this, and we still love you, but you wrong, and you need to tell everybody that you wrong and tell them what you was doing and what you said to the police. Made the little boy curse and say what he said to the police when the police wanted to take him back, and he said no, he abusing me and respectfully fuck y'all. The little boy is supposedly 16. He looks 12. And not only does he look small for his age, he kept talking about, like, y'all, we watched at least most of two hour lives of this man. And when I tell you, he mentioned so many times how much he was feeding the boy. He eating lobster, he eating this, he eating that. I'm taking them on trips, like kind of trying to tell, kind of sell us on what he's doing for the boy. And when I went back and looked through all of them fucking pictures, y'all, I could just, it's on him. Like I could see it. And the little boy was looking up pictures of guns. The little boy fighting at school. He touched somebody's genitals. And I'm just like, he's 16, but he looked 12. And I feel like you take pictures of him eating, but other than that, it make me feel like you're not feeding him. And you only feed him when you take these pictures of these exorbitant meals that you get them. But why does he look malnourished for his age? It's weird. And they,
is this the little boy that apologized about essay?
Did they say essay? Because I felt like throughout the whole thing, nobody was saying essay. But that's what it looked like. I actually watched a TikToker who pulled up a video of when him and the mama go into his bedroom when he's on his 15th birthday, and they are both jostling him around out of his covers. All he has on is his underwear. You see the man grabbing his legs, and then you see the man slip his hand in between the boy's legs, and you can see that he touched him. Then the mom takes his underwear and pulls them up in his butt and says, "Birthday wedgie." It was fucking weird. Fucking like weird, y'all. It almost seems like you letting that man pay you for access to your son. Like low key, that's what it looks like, especially after reading Rashonda Landfair, R. Kelly, like seeing how all a person has to do is come into a family dynamic and offer help. And you have access to people's children. And they really
1000%.
Yeah. And y'all, if y'all would see that shit, when I tell y'all, it was like disgusting to watch. Then he did a video on Facebook.
Is this the young man? I sent you a link. Is this the little boy with the low haircut?
I'm about to look right now. Yes.
With the arched eyebrows?
Yes, with the arched eyebrows.
Both of their eyebrows arched.
Yes, that's the nephew. And if you look through the TD McNut man's pictures, his photos, it's always him and the boys, and there are different boys at different times, but it's mostly those two boys, and it's always food. At some point, it's an exorbitant amount of pictures of them eating. And it's something about that the predators like. Them and the children eating food or anything with their mouths.
Are these his children?
I'm looking at this picture too.
No, I don't. I think one of them is his nephew because he called him his uncle, the teenage boy, and then the younger one. No, that's his mama, and I think the mama and this man are cousins. That's what I heard, but I'm not sure.
This is who? This is a
it's
preacher.
too many photos for kids that are not yours.
It's a pastor. And if you just go to his photos.
I don't know, some about it is off.
It's his Facebook pictures.
I'm going through them now. It's just some of them. Yeah.
Oh wow. He's uploading the entire.
Yeah, and it's like that.
It's crazy because these people hide in plain sight.
Yes, they do. He also, and I'm saying this is what I feel.
Why he take pictures of this? Who's this? Is this the nail tech?
Probably. I can't see.
That's the nail tech.
Yeah, that look like the nail tech.
Why he take a picture of the nail tech like that?
That was weird. I guess to show that they were getting there, but he's just taking pictures, period. And that's why I said like this excessive amount of taking pictures. And when you get further down, you see it's like him with food doing, or him looking like he just finished working out, or staring into the camera while he looked like he's sweating. And then, ministry shit, and then the boys.
Yeah, something ain't right.
And he kept talking about how much he feeds them. And I was just like, what is with your obsession with constantly talking about feeding them? Like, that's not something that you should be doing. And
that boy is 16?
Yes.
Nah.
16. And when I tell you that little boy looked dead in the eyes when he was sitting up there, I said, no, yeah, of course he's trying to figure out how to get a gun. Of course. This is how you create, psychopaths, because y'all just be like abusing the shit out of children until they crack. But girl, it was so much of that. I was like I think I might have been in December of last year, and it was still just a heap of fucking photos. So yeah, it gives a version of, to me, like based on what I'm hearing from like Rosalie and other people who are adults now who are children involved in this. That's why I say it's not always like a sexual thing. It is like an excessive amount of attention that seems off. Like, yeah. And if you see some other pictures of him, he looks stylish. I'll say it like that. Stylish.
That's actually a great segue. He's saying he's stylish. So that's it for our true crime and alleged crime segment.
Okay, come on, alleged crime.
Okay, heavy on that.
Okay.
Now we're going to roll into the first clip I have for y'all. Is some throwback reality TV. And the reason why I said look stylish was perfect is because I wanted to show this throwback clip. I hope I get flavor this, but yeah, let's get into it.
I'm on his side.
I agree. But I have to say, I remember watching this as a kid and being like,
he doing
too much. But I watched it back. I was like, oh no, but you think you slick, because there was a longer clip that I actually had saved, but it just disappeared. And she met him, like him and her was the first meetup, and he complimented her stuff, and she said, oh my gosh, she said, are you gay? Like just one-on-one. And he said, no, why would you say that? She said, because my boyfriend wouldn't be into fashion. Then she gets in front of the group and was like, okay, so who's dating? Who's single? Who's in a relationship? Who got a boyfriend? Who got a girlfriend? Yeah, you try to out him and he read you for filth.
Where'd you get your lashes from? Where'd you get that tied ass scarf from? Where'd you get your wig from, girl? I'm sorry, she deserves
So you want me to be gay? Okay.
You know what I've noticed, and I think we weren't noticing it back then because you growing up in it. So there's a level of it that you're in, like the homophobia and just not really viewing people as human all the time in a way that you can empathize with them or see their side. Watching it back now, it was nasty. It was so nasty. And I felt like, are you trying to put him in harm's way? Because like that's what it, yeah. And y'all, as much as I love calling people gay, like not from that standpoint. You know what I'm saying? Like not from the standpoint of wanting somebody to get hurt. Just from the standpoint of don't act like you not. I'm just saying, don't do too much and act like you not. You could ask him and he could tell you no because it ain't none of your fucking business. But don't say no homophobic shit and then be gay. Because then I'm going to have to say something. You know what I'm saying? Okay. But yeah, that was so fucked up for her to do that. Women are always like, I think throwing gay boys under the bus a little bit in order to like get some power in a group dynamic. That's what it felt like.
Hold on to that part. Jamie, what you think?
I used to love Kyle on the show because he used to always be ready to snap the hell off on people. So I loved it. But I will say, watching it, it's like, but we know what's going on, Kyle. Like, just say what it is. But I do understand him feeling like, but you ain't gotta force me to say it. Like, I tell you when I want to tell you, like, damn, you ain't gotta do me like that. But it was fair for him to read her down. I was always here for him just getting at people. I used to like the mess. And Kyle used to give us that. Damn, my Miss College Hill. Today's College Hill would not work.
Absolutely not.
Unless it's on Zeus Network.
You remember
it'll suck.
Chilling girl in the head with the heel.
Wow.
Flushing blood. My God, on
yes.
Man. Was that on the Virgin Islands? Which one?
I don't like the celebrity version.
That was the Virgin Islands one. I don't like the celebrity version either.
I just remember being like, when I go to college, I'm gonna be on College Hill. Girl, no, it wasn't around. Damn shame. Okay, so you said something, Bonnie.
About her something about group dynamic, her doing it as like a power play in that group dynamic, throwing him under the bus like in front of everybody.
Yes, power play in a group dynamic. So I was on TikTok like I always do, and I keep seeing this post about sugar room fight, and I know that the sugar room is in Houston, but for people that don't know, Dallas and Houston are two completely different places. They're cousins, not sisters. So I was like, why is Houston in my timeline like this? So I went ahead and looked into it, and apparently it was a fight at the sugar room. So I watched the fight, and I'm like, okay, even then, like at this big age, why the fuck do I care about a fight? And it's because we'll get into the dynamics of it. Wait, are they gonna flag it if I show the fight?
I don't think so. I showed it earlier.
Okay. Let me share it.
Yeah, I showed that earlier.
What you gonna do? Can you hold up, please?
Okay. So I had saw a comment and they was, this is the comment. You can see where I liked it. They said, I can't lie though, the braid down T underneath and she's still pretty. I was like, yeah, no, for real. The braid down with the little bun in the back, like
no, it wasn't the shade that you thought it was.
No, right, that she thought it was. And the reason why Bonnie's saying that is because I looked up Sugar Room Fight and you see the video from the two girls. I showed their face, but pretty much just paraphrase what they said because the video, they just take forever to talk. Yeah, so it's these two girls. And from their point of view, they go to the sugar room. They go to the sugar room with these two, a group of men who they don't know, right? The group of men basically just like, yeah, come sit in our section. They sit in the section. Then two other women come over. And when the two other women come over, the guys are like, who invited them to the section? And the girl on the left with the black hair, she goes, I don't know, I'll ask. So she walks over and she's like, hey girl, what's your name? Da-da-da-da. She says they take a shot. And then she says, hey, the girl said that you invited them over here. The dude who she pointed to was just like, nah, I didn't invite them over there. But what they're skipping over and what they're not necessarily saying is the part that I feel like they played in this. They felt like we two cute bad bitches, and I would never be sitting in the same section as a trans woman. So what they did was they played on toxic masculinity, and they went over to the men, and they were like, "Ugh, that's how y'all get down. Like, y'all invited them." And of course, the men are like, "Nah, I didn't know." So they end up going back over to the two trans women and saying, "Hey, y'all got to lead a section." What? So these
girls are trans?
No. These are the two girls who were already in the section. I have a video. These are the two girls that was invited to the section.
And I heard that the section was free.
Yes, it's just a table. It's just like a hole in the wall. It's not a club. But these are the two girls that she was like, why are they in the section with us? Like, these are trans women. And I guess the men didn't know. So anyway,
one of the men said that the girls, did you hear that part?
What part?
About the men saying that they didn't care. And they told them, yeah, okay.
But they didn't come out until
after.
They didn't come out. Yes. These girls' point of view is that, you know, the men want them to leave. So they go over, they tell the girls to leave. The girl gets attitude, allegedly points in her face, and then they just start fighting. And then in, I guess, a different video, the girl with the black hair is saying, that's why you wish you had a vagina. That's why you wish you had a vagina, and pulls off the wig. All of this was so calculated. But then, did you see the video with the DJ?
No.
Yeah, so the DJ that night is a white boy. He came out and he basically said that, you know, he knows the trans girl, and pretty much everybody in the community is sticking up for them because they cool, that like you should never have no issue with them type shit. So the white boy is saying that he knows one of the dudes, and the dude was saying that he didn't care if they was in the section or not. It was actually the two girls that didn't want them in the section because they was trans. And basically what I said, trying to play on the men's masculinity. So yeah, I am so irritated because these two girls, they trying to flip a bag out of it. Y'all love to hate us, and you know, more bestie content coming soon, and y'all see these comments turned off.
I was just gonna say, I know them comments is turned off, baby. Baby girls.
Look, somebody's rage assholes. It's weird, but this is like, I was having this conversation about, because I talked about this on TikTok because Dominique Morgan was talking about it. And also because of the DL Whisperer shit that I just talked about earlier this week, because, you know, the DL Whisperer.
He's still going?
Well, not as of recent, but, you know, Dominique Monday went to get her restraining order against him. T.S. Madison went and got, because he had been, before going around T.S. Madison house, DL Whisperer had been on TikTok making videos calling Dominique a PDF file and like coming up with all of these like lies about her criminal history, even though Dominique has already talked about her criminal history, did a TED talk back before she transitioned and all of that. So like her life is kind of like well documented. So she actually did a video going to the department so that, you know, the police department page so you can see what she was in jail for.
Because she talked about that.
Yeah. So he was putting all of that stuff, you know, he was doing all of that before the interview, before he went to T.S. Madison. That shit had been happening since like April or May of last year, him making videos, talking shit to Dominique. Then the shit escalated when I think T.S. Madison finally responded and got on her live and read his criminal history. Didn't say his name, did not put his information out there, but he blamed T.S. Madison for him being doxxed, but actually it was somebody else, another content creator he had been fucking with that doxed him. And so he was able to make it seem like it was T.S. Madison. And so then it made it okay to be riding past T.S. Madison house and all of this weird shit, which to me is like transphobia. You got on the interview and said, I can't stand them. I really want to beat the fuck out of them. And it was like, what is all of this about?
What's going on?
That situation, then this situation. And then I saw on C-SPAN One of the I think the Virginia Democrat lady that went off on Pam Bondi yesterday.
Mm.
Are you serious? Weak sauce. I loved it. That white lady was upset. But she actually talked about how the trans people make up 1% of the population. And over the past year, they put forth 754 pieces of legislation against trans people that make up 1% of the population. And ever since then, the rate of violence against trans people has gone up to the point that over 54% of violence towards LGBTQ people is happening to trans people. So more than half of the violence to LGBTQ people as a whole is happening to trans people. So yeah, I need for y'all to stop fucking with people that only make up 1% of the population and they not bothering nobody. They're not the ones eating the babies.
That is crazy.
I'm just saying. You
That's a lot going on.
Eat no babies, bitch.
That is cool.
I'm just saying.
I didn't know it was that much beef going on.
Yeah, it is really bad. Story, I think, they don't talk about it as much, but, it's happening more now than it was before.
So
no, I was talking about the DL Whisperer and Maddie them and Dominique, but as far as the crimes against trans individuals, oh yeah, I definitely believe that. It ain't stopped. And the climate we're in is only making it worse.
Yeah,
the people that America put so low on the poll, they get treated the absolute worst. So yeah. I wouldn't give a damn about them being in no section though. Like, what the hell y'all on? I don't give a damn what they on. This ain't my section. I mean, and that's not even just, that's anybody. This ain't my side. I don't give a damn. I ain't even planning on being here long. Like, what we doing? Like,
they didn't even know them men.
That's
crazy. They didn't even know them men whose section they was in. Like, why would you put yourself in? Why would you facilitate that? But it was on some. I'm telling you, their ego was struck. It was on some like, I'm a born woman. I'm pretty. Why the fuck they sitting over here with us? Like, yeah, hype us up. But I was gonna ask y'all, do y'all think that the club should say anything about the situation?
I mean,
not really.
Yeah, what's to say?
Because the girls embarrassing themselves, like,
right?
Yeah, it wasn't that big of a fight.
It's clear that the club welcomes everybody. They didn't, say, "Oh, y'all can't come in here because y'all trans." I mean, they could say something in support of them, like,
yes, and
that's what they want them to do.
They could have like a situation where it's like, hey, bro, don't be coming here if you are going to be like non-inclusive. Like,
yes,
right.
We celebrate everybody. We want everybody to come have a great time. Yeah, they could put out a unity type of post. In a sense, I don't feel like they have to do anything for real. But yeah, the people that need to get the backlash is getting it.
And that's another thing. Like,
Yeah, I agree. Okay. Y'all do us a favor and like the video. If y'all ain't like the video so far, share the video with a friend so we can all be friends. Now, next topic is the Super Bowl. Did y'all watch it?
I watched Bad Bunny. I watched Bad Bunny.
I watched a little piece. I was watching the Edric Faust versus Georgia trial about Tyra Baker, yeah. But I watched a little piece of it
now you gotta tell me what that trial is.
Okay, real quick. So the trial is about a girl that was in second year law school, 2001, a white chick. She died a day before her birthday. They have not been able to solve her murder. Governor Kemp decided to put an act of law, the Coleman Baker Act, to get these cold cases resolved. And her case was one of the first ones to come to the front. She ended up being, it appeared to be RAPE. She was Sodom. She had, I believe her throat could have been slashed, or either she was stabbed. She was also like set on fire in her apartment. They have this black man on trial, but they have none of his DNA actually at the scene. They actually have lost a lot of evidence over the years because it's been about 20 years. They did say they found some like a partial DNA or something saying in her mouth or whatever like that, which is very weird because her boyfriend's DNA is really all on her body, right? So I've been watching that trial. It's been like 8 days long of the trial, but the boyfriend got on the stand. He was not believable at all. Like the way that the judge gives leeway to the prosecutors versus the defense is crazy. A lot of people do not believe that this black man committed the crime. The black man never met the girl, don't know nothing about her or none of that. Real genuine, like. But the boyfriend, his DNA is on her body. Right. And he said he's never done anal with her ever. But obviously, based on what happened, she, was violated anally at that time. And I believe his hair was also found, a piece of his DNA was also found on a part of the instrument that was used to like strangle her. So not only was she stabbed, she was strangled, she was beaten. It was a lot of brutal things that were done to her. And when you hear of the crimes that are done to her, it's more so a crime of passion, honestly. And then they can't identify, like, nobody broke into the house. There's no forced entry. So it's somebody that she let into that home. Right. And there have been reports from years ago where they said they saw a white guy running from the scene. But instead, y'all just got this case in y'all laps from Governor Kemp saying go and investigate. Right. Even though y'all should have been investigating, it's been podcasts and stuff about how the mama has said these people haven't been doing a good job with investigating this case and messing up a lot of stuff. But in 2024, I believe it was, y'all all of a sudden got some DNA on this black man, and it's not even enough DNA really on the black man. But y'all saying that if he violated her, then his DNA would be on her vaginally, anally, and not just in her mouth, so they say. But the DNA that was found in her mouth wasn't just his, it was also the boyfriend's, which is interesting because it also was DNA from the boyfriend anally and vaginally. Right. So it's just like a really weird case. And when the prosecutors got up there to defend their case against Mr. Edric Faust, the problem was they spent more time defending the boyfriend, Chris Melton, as to why he couldn't possibly. His DNA should be there because he's the boyfriend. That's what one of the lead investigators said. And it's like, BITCH, why you sitting up here acting like men don't rape their wives? Why you sitting up here acting like men don't violate their girlfriends? Like, is you cool? But it has to be the black man's DNA because he's not connected to her, but obviously the boyfriend's DNA is supposed to be there. Like when I mean, I know you're not going to go back and watch it because it's 8 days long and it's like 8 hours worth of content. But when I tell you the way these people got on the stand and played in this black man's face, I hope he does not go down for this, because other than that, they don't have anything. They didn't present evidence to say he committed the crime. They just kept presenting evidence, in my opinion, that showed how it could not be the boyfriend that committed the crime when all of his DNA is on her body. It's really weird. But then they also had two other suspects. It's crazy, but they brought the black man. But yeah, so they wasting this man's time. And once he's found not guilty, which I hope he is, I hope he sued the shit out of Athens. But her name was Tara Baker. So yeah. But what was the other question? Oh yeah, Bad Bunny.
Ask me if you Super Bowl.
Child, we be getting into them crime stories, don't we?
We do.
Listen.
The thing that's so funny is that's Scorpio on me. I be so drawn to that shit because I'm like, what do I want to talk about? And sometimes I be deep in thought, like, damn, but y'all know it'd be hard to come across people who you can really go there with with your mind. I'm like, just wait. I'm gonna talk to Jamie and Bonnie about this. We gonna dig. Like, let's see. I even remember a couple months ago, somebody commented on the live and they was like, they said something like, why is this episode so dark? This is so depressing. But I was like, oh my gosh.
We're sorry. We're only for, a certain group of people.
Yeah, the trial's so messed up. When I tell you they've lost evidence, they've actually messed up the swabs. Like her vaginal swabs, anal swabs, and all of that. So people are believing that they mixed up the swabs and somehow got his DNA.
They absolutely could have.
Yeah.
Which is why, just like I was saying last week,
lost a lot of stuff.
I will always stand on the side of, if you don't have enough evidence to prove it, I'm not convicting anybody of it. Even if it's just because I know that Black people get taken advantage of in that way. Even if I have a hunch that somebody probably did do it, if I don't have the evidence, I'm not prosecuting somebody. That's what's between them and God.
I
It's
respect that.
a mess, y'all. But I did like Bad Bunny show.
I did.
I thought he did pretty good. I thought his energy would be like more energy, but somebody was in my comments saying he had on a bulletproof vest. I didn't know that.
Oh, underneath the vest.
That's what they said.
The football vest.
Maybe that's why he didn't give as much, because he probably was on alert or something. But
I don't know. I mean, I listen, I'm surprised we didn't hear about anything happening at the Super Bowl, considering all of the things that they said they was gonna do, girl. But I enjoyed the show. To me, the most interesting thing about the Super Bowl, besides Bad Bunny's beautiful performance, because like just visually it was beautiful, was Cardi B and Stephon Diggs breaking up and us only finding out at the Super Bowl when she was like, good luck.
I'm
So and then the fact that I thought she was gonna perform with him, and it was Stephanie, and then everybody that's a Bad Bunny fanatic want to be in your fucking comments talking about she's an Italian American. He's a huge fan of hers. He had the same history. Bitch, shut up. She's a white lady named Stephanie. Why was she there? It was because it was like here, white people.
Yeah, he said that. Well, allegedly on TikTok. They talking about Lady Gaga.
Stephanie. Oh, that's her
Lady
name?
Gaga.
Yeah, that's
I ain't gonna lie, y'all. I was mad hell when I saw Lady Gaga.
Me too.
I'm not gonna hold y'all. She pissed me off at the
but they
what was it, the
said
Grammys?
Oh,
I sound so tired of seeing this whole.
They said that right before she came on stage, he said in Spanish, "Here, is this what you wanted, America?"
Yeah.
Like basically to try to be funny, like, here go your white woman. But he's always been a fan of Lady Gaga too. So
And I get it. Like, I saw a whole little breakdown because it is true. Like, I say it all the time. Italians had to earn whiteness in this country. They weren't automatically given whiteness. The Irish, the Jewish people, it's a whole bunch of them. You can learn through the gangs of New York how them motherfuckers had to earn whiteness every time they came to this country, thanks to the civil rights movement. But yeah, I get it. But I just and then you had Ricky Martin up there, and I'm like, okay, Ricky Martin looked good, odios mios, but I also be questioning Ricky Martin.
Ever since the alleged nephew said what he said, but then they said it wasn't true.
That.
He said that he was trying to blackmail him.
Yes.
Yeah, I remember that.
I believe the kids. So.
Well, no, he wasn't a kid. He was grown.
But how old was he?
I think he was always grown when it happened. He was grown.
He was grown when it happened? Okay.
Yeah.
Remember.
That's still.
Yeah.
And I don't. If it come out when you grown and y'all family, I'm going to think it was happening when you was a kid. I'm sorry. That's just how my mind be automatically. I'm sorry. But yeah, it was weird. Whatever happened, I couldn't even really remember. But I remember looking at him like, I know I don't like him for a reason. I don't know.
First thing that came to my mind, I was like, didn't them people say? No, for real. When I seen him,
that's crazy. The entire it's not funny, but it is like the entire legacy that you had before no longer matters. We don't give a damn.
What he said before, what he used to sing before that everybody knew about back in the day, it wasn't the Macarena, but when
I forgot.
That's another thing. What was it, y'all? Say the name of the song that everybody used to be singing back in the day. That was Ricky Martin's song. I listen to way too much Spanish music because all kind of shit going through my head right now.
Into Ricky. Was there another one, Enrique?
Living La Vida.
Oh, Living La Vida. Yes.
Living La Vida Loca. Yeah, 1999, right? That was like a weird year. It was so many people.
I think Bad Bunny cute though. I didn't know where he said. I was like, damn, I need to get back on Duolingo or do something better than that.
No, for real.
Okay,
great performance.
I need to learn Spanish because I want to be a part of the 60 million people.
Okay. On God, literally. I love when I can figure out a little piece of what they're saying. Like, okay, I know what she said. I know what they said right there. Okay.
Like when Cardi B break out at Como La Flor, bitch, I know what we're talking about. Like,
okay, come on, because I miss my Salinas.
Okay.
So the drama around Stephon was that he invited his baby mama And what you was just saying, Bondi, was that people were saying that him and Cardi had broke up. There's also a rumor that she was throwing $1 million party for him. I don't know how true that is.
I don't either.
But I definitely do have the feeling that they broke up because of how dry she was on the red carpet when she said, "Good luck."
Good luck.
Wait, my bad. That was Jamie.
Right.
She didn't say good luck. She didn't say it like that. She
Good
just said, "Good luck."
Okay. Good luck, child. I know that's right. You know, if they are broken up, I love how it happened. Because, and I hope it stays this way, but usually when Cardi has her breakups, they be so
They're
loud.
gonna get back together and they're gonna get back together. That's what I was thinking. They're gonna get back together and break up again.
I think so because of this child. That's what I hate. I was like, dang, y'all got this child together. Y'all got to communicate and y'all probably going to fall back in line all over again. But I love that she was kind of quiet with this and the fact that her tour has started. So it's like, I ain't really got time to get up with you like that. And I'm praying to God, he does not pull no Offset, bringing no flowers out and trying to do none of that. Please don't do that.
I think he too cool for that. He not gonna do that.
Listen, I'm gonna tell y'all, it was something about the way he talked about her being on. She not gonna be on the floor. She not gonna be on the field. He said something like that in one of his press conferences when they was asking him about Cardi B being there at the game to support him, and he was like, "Yeah, she'll be in the stands, but she ain't gonna be on the field." And I was like, "So you feeling a little threatened by her?"
Why y'all talking about
her incorporation? Because that's what made me feel like, so were you supposed to perform, or you was never supposed to perform, but you were just supposed to be a part of the performance? Whatever was going on, the girl was on the field.
Mm-hmm.
And I absolutely feel like they used her image because she used to have her on the field taking all them fucking pictures and shit every time you turn around. Yeah, I definitely feel like they used her because it was promo. It was
this girl who's at the game I'm hearing mixed things. Like, he's saying that that's his best friend. She said, "I love you" to him before he went out. But they saying that it's a double whammy because Pre allegedly used to mess with Offset.
Yep,
she did. That's the one that was pregnant by him, I believe. He had to get her to get an abortion allegedly. But yeah, it's just so weird how all of the industry really be small as hell, it seems.
Oh yeah,
it really be small. One thing I can appreciate a little bit of Cardi messing with this guy is I feel like a lot of times the women that have the bigger status always date somebody that they bring into their world in a sense. And it's like, I kind of put you on, everybody know who you are. But instead, Cardi kind of benefited from that NFL audience that may not have been familiar with her or maybe was unsure about her, and now they really like her because they got a piece of her personality over there with the NFL. So I kind of like that happened for her because it really just only makes her that much more bigger. So I feel like she kind of benefited a bit.
Absolutely.
With that.
Yeah, just didn't have to have his baby though.
Yeah, that's the only thing. That didn't have to happen.
You did not have to have a pregnancy.
And we know you want a lot of kids. However, but did y'all see she bleep Offset name out that concert?
She needs
really?
I was to myself back then, girl, you gonna regret putting that nigga name in your songs. And I was right.
What song was it?
Yep, Cardi put the on like that Offset song. The song
that one.
Yeah, Cardi. Yeah. Mm-hmm. She wouldn't even say it, and neither did the music say it. I said, "Okay, then, Cardi, go ahead, girl."
Set on all of that shit, girl.
I wonder how that's gonna go. I wonder how she did that one at the concert. They said she did 37 songs, so shout out to her.
Yeah,
I saw some of the clips, and it looked good. She looked like she might be a little, she always look a little stiff to me. Y'all made mistakes with them BBLs. I'm gonna just be real with y'all. Like every single one of y'all that when they got one of them BBLs, y'all look stiff as fuck. And I hate that for y'all, because she, when she on the ground,
she looked stiff when she was twerking on that pole.
I said when she was on the ground, because you know what I'm saying. But I mean, like in actual choreography, there is
weird.
Yeah,
I also was thinking to me, for me, I be feeling more about the costume. I feel like it's more of the costume, and I also think the movements are super fast for the shoes. that she be having on.
Yeah, you got to think about that, girl. You got to have on dancing shoes.
Y'all see her singing Be
I
Careful.
think she did really good.
Oh, I didn't see it.
Yeah, somebody posted her on TikTok at her concert opening night singing Be Careful. And it reminded me so much of when Beyonce was on tour singing Resentment. You know, when she had the wedding dress on and she like party, you can tell she was emotional. I'm like, damn, now she's singing about both of them.
When she did that transition of ring into folded, I said, bitch. So the song she got with Kalani called Ring, she does this transition.
I thought she was talking about Ring the Alarm, Beyonce.
ring, and then it transitions into folded. I said, oh, bitch, I might cry. I might shed a tear. The way that I was like, oh, this gonna be nice.
Good.
I could go to a day, but the day that she coming to Dallas, I ain't gonna be here. So maybe
she's not coming down here. So
I think we may be her last show.
I might have to come to Atlanta to see it if I was gonna see it, because you know they don't be coming to New Orleans like that. You got.
Oh, she's not coming to New Orleans at all.
I did not see us on that list.
Damn.
Okay, let me go on to the next. We almost done. So the next thing I wanted to talk to y'all about, Jamie, you brought up a actually really good segue. It was two things you said. You said something about the dating industry being small and women bringing men up into their world. So that's gonna be our last two topics, actually. So the first one is the dating pool being too small. So let's watch this.
20 years ago, what the fuck am I supposed to do? It's hard out here.
I kind of agree. Like, especially if they're like, oh, he was so good and a great guy.
How awkward. But I personally wouldn't care. Like, if this was me and let's say Kim or Court or whoever single was like, oh, I met this guy. I'm like, get smaller. Like, I'm like, I don't know. I think if I was 20, I would probably be like, that's a deal breaker.
You're like, I don't care.
But now I'm like, do we need to talk about it? We're good, right?
I think that's fair.
Like, I don't.
Yeah, so
please let me go.
The first comment says soft launch and Scott, because y'all know they always joking about them being together. So, not only that, because this just circles back to the Super Bowl, Kim Kardashian was hard launching her boyfriend, Lewis Hamilton, who allegedly used to date Kendall.
But this is weird to me that Chloe would say that when you're the very person that tripped on Jordan and your sister, like you're the reason part of the reason they ain't friends now, all over Tristan, who still dogged you out. And did he have a baby by somebody else?
Yep. Right after that.
So how would you even be able to date your sister's exes?
Not only did he have a baby on her after that, you remember it was another baby mama right before her that was pregnant when she decided to get pregnant with his baby. You remember that? I think the girl name was like Jordan or something, and they had a son.
Oh, yes. That is her name.
She was an influencer, or she might be an influencer, like a fashionista type person, but she was pregnant at the same time as Chloe. She knew that.
I think Chloe just saying whatever because she knew that clip was going to go viral.
But, they really believe that, though, because, like I just said, Kendall used to date Lewis Hamilton, who now is Kim Kardashian's boyfriend. And then, which one? Courtney used to date Justin Bieber, which used to date one of the youngest sisters. And then
she used to date Justin Bieber.
Girl, you ain't been down that rabbit hole.
No, what the fuck is the age difference between them?
Y'all have not been. She dated him allegedly when he was underage, and there's old tweets of her flirting with him online. So much so that people were spreading rumors that Justin Bieber is the father of
one
of her. Yes, y'all ain't been down
No, babe. No, babe. No, I have not.
No, they did.
Y'all,
they did.
Yes, there's pictures of Justin spending time with Courtney when he was under, like specifically Courtney. They would go to dinner, lunch, when he was underage. It's a rumor, but there's pictures of them together. So yeah, even throwback on Instagram. There's a throwback picture on Instagram. Well, it's probably archived now, but you can look it up online. And Justin is taking a picture with. Oh no, it's not Courtney. He ends up taking a picture with Chris because he used to be around that family a lot. And on the caption, he said, "Who's your daddy?" at Kendall at Kylie. But yeah, he's really close to the family, and they think that he used to date Courtney. I feel like he used to date Courtney based on what I saw.
I'm stuck on being a baby daddy
Yeah.
to one of them kids. It's crazy.
They show, like, if you just go on TikTok, they'll show her baby and Justin Bieber when he was a baby.
I
And they
thought
think
him
that
and
that's
Scott.
the real. They said that they think that's the reason why Scott and Courtney broke up. Because if you watch the show, it was a point in time where he just was like done with her. Like he like she was pregnant, but it was like before she was even pregnant that they wasn't even like together. It was weird. Their relationship was real weird, and they trying to say that it's because of Justin Bieber. And that's why they say that the family still really accepts Scott because of Courtney's outside relationships.
My God, on today.
Child, that's some
Yeah, it's the third child, Rain, allegedly. That's the rumor.
Girl, ain't know all that now.
I mean, it's not hard to believe considering the fact the way it seems that Hollywood like to take advantage of children, and they really had a hard on for Bieber, pun intended.
I mean, Kylie did date Tiger, so
Yeah.
I guess so.
And then they said that Kendall, was it Kendall that dated Travis first? One of them. No, I don't think Kendall dated Travis. No, I think she did. Whatever.
They don't mind sharing men though. That's been like that for a while because I think at least 2 of them fuck French Montana.
So then now I'm thinking something different. I'm thinking maybe Chloe said that because they've been contracted to date certain people that they may not have had sex with. Maybe they just were contracted to be seen out and about with. Maybe.
That's a good idea, but I don't think that's the case.
Child, look, I'm trying to say them. It ain't working.
She's trying, y'all.
That's a good idea, but I think they are just out here dating the same men. And that's
Boy,
it.
they documentary gonna be so serious in a few years.
Mm-hmm.
Y'all remember the show on Hollywood? What was it? Hollywood Secrets? Hollywood. Didn't they used to do like Hollywood Secrets where they were like uncover? Oh, maybe it was Stories.
Wasn't it Hollywood Stories?
It may have
been.
been.
The Hollywood story or some shit like they used to do a lot of like ones like that.
Yeah.
Let me look it up.
It's gonna be interesting.
But yeah,
True Hollywood Stories.
Yes,
that's what it was. True Hollywood Stories. Yep.
Yeah.
I love Hollywood Stories. So
interesting. So interesting.
All right. So our last topic has to do with when you said women bringing a man up into their space. And Bonnie, you had said something earlier too. You said something about men will love to bite into and sink their teeth in the woman who got her shit together.
Mm-hmm.
So y'all know Candy was on Real Housewives of Atlanta for seasons. And every time somebody wanted to go low, they talked about her man or they talked about her mama. And they used to always say he was broke. Her mama used to say he was broke. And he used to be like, no, I'm an engineer. You know, I make 6 figures. I'm not broke. Like, I do well for myself, and I'm not like a millionaire. And, you know, they really had me believing that. They really had me believing this entire time.
They had all us believing that. They had all
that. I was like, her mama's a hater. You know, he's right. Like, he's just a regular guy with regular money. Why would he want her money? Like, I don't understand. They love each other, right? Well, now Candy is saying that Todd is not contributing to anything. She said that he is just living in her guest house. So, well, let me read this. Candy Bird says her estranged husband, Todd Tucker, is living in her guest house rent-free and is not contributing financially to the home and the care of the kids. And then also I saw a clip from Funky Dineva, and he went ahead and named the alleged mistress that Todd was messing with, and her name that was used was Helen. I don't know who the hell that is, but Helen sounds like an old ass name. No shade to the Helens, but I definitely
didn't know if it was Helen Roper, Helen Mirren. Girl, we didn't know what white Helen it was. We just knew it was a white Helen.
It's either like a. I can't imagine it being. Okay, let me stop. Anyway, yeah, he's not contributing. So how do y'all feel at this point? Because I'm like, damn, Candy, what the people were saying was true, and this man is not contributing, and you really did bring him into the space where you was at just for him to cheat. I hate it for her.
Yeah. Yeah, Todd is just sucking worse and worse and worse and worse. And he's definitely trying to get some of her money. And all I thought about when I saw this was like, first person came to mind was Ralph. All right. You're not in the basement, but you in the guest house, and we see what you're trying to do here, right? Definitely wants money. And I'm like, oh, I hope that prenup hold up. I pray to God that prenup hold up, because he is trying to fight it and he's not doing nothing because he's trying to show just how much he's relying on her and how he's likely going to need some spousal support or something. But I'm really hoping that it works out in her favor, kind of how it did with Drew. I hate this for her though. I hate this for her. And I don't know. Mama Joy somewhere happy and pissed off all at the same time. Like, girl, I told you so, but I'm mad as hell. Sad.
Yeah, it's sad. I'm mad because like you really be like rooting for people, right? You want to give niggas the benefit of the doubt that it's not always bad whenever a woman is the breadwinner, because it does kind of put this moniker on women like they need to always be looking for some nigga that has more money than them, when that's complicated for certain women. If you are, a successful Black woman with a lot of money, it's sometimes hard to find a Black man that makes more money than you, that doesn't want to be with somebody that makes a significant amount less than him. So yeah, it's just, I don't know. It's a tough situation. I feel like if he wouldn't be handling it like this on the back end, it wouldn't seem like such a gotcha, but it does feel like gotcha, bitch. You thought I could be trusted. And that's sad, because you want to be wrong about somebody. You want somebody to be the what you call them, exception to the rule.
Correct. And I wanted to believe he was a nice guy. I'm like, okay, Todd not that bad, Mama Joyce, I do feel like he's being extra spiteful because Candy filed for a divorce. And now I'm really finna take you for everything. Or try to. They being extremely petty. Extremely petty.
His relationship with his daughter always stuck out to me.
Yes.
Something about his daughter from jump always gave that she came around for Candy, but not for him. And I thought it was interesting whenever he said that he didn't know she existed, basically, until him and Candy got together. And just also looking back, like some things start to make sense. I feel like Candy was probably guilted into how he felt and what other people were saying about their relationship to do all this teamwork shit to make him feel like he had something.
Oh yeah.
So not only was she like couldn't just be successful, she had to coddle him for being so successful and help him. So yeah, I hate it. But I don't think he gonna get nothing.
I don't think so either.
You don't win when you play dirty.
That's
especially not in Atlanta with Candy when you're from New York.
Right.
I think it means something to be Candy in Atlanta. You know what I mean? At least I hope that it works to her advantage being from there and being such an important person in their commerce.
Right. We shall see.
You're wrong side.
I hope he's unable to get any portions of her home. I hope she's not put in a position where she has to sell her house when she bought it well before he moved in and they got married and stuff.
Yeah,
so
you remember
I will hope it's not,
He was trying to get her to sell it for the longest, remember?
What? I don't remember.
I remember, somebody correct me if I'm wrong, but I feel like I remember him on the show. And when he got on the show, he wanted her to sell the home. Yeah, I remember clearly. And let me not doubt myself. This is around the time they got married. He wanted her to sell the home so they can go buy a new home together. And she was firmly against it.
And he knew why, because he wanted something together. And that makes so much sense considering the fact that was a big gripe about the whole, I feel like prenup. Everything seemed like it was Candy's. He was literally moving into her world. So I think you are right. I think I wouldn't be surprised if he did do that. and she didn't budge on it for this very reason right here. So hopefully he don't get no access to that, and he gets his papers of you have to be out of her home by X, Y, and Z. Because even with all of this divorce stuff, I don't think I've read anything where they're saying that Candy is requesting he leave her property by X, Y, and Z. I actually thought that he said when we first learned about it that he had an apartment already, or that he was living somewhere else. So now he's in the guest house. I thought he already had his own spot, and then he was taking care of the kids, you know, financials, this and that. And I pick them up and I do this and I do that whole time. We're learning something else. And you out there in the guest house? Child. So when the people was over at the house, Candy, for the holidays, Todd just walked to the guest house. He came there, get some food, went back to the guest house. So that's why he didn't take a photo with y'all.
Well, I'm seeing mixed comments. Some people saying that that's his home too. I don't remember that. And other people
Well,
saying
he didn't buy it with her. She bought that years before they got married. But because he is a resident there, that is his house too.
Yeah, I don't know how they do like property in the state of Georgia. I know here, even if you bought a house before he was married, then you get married, it's still the spouse's house. It's shared property.
So I'm not sure either. I had a friend whose sister bought a house when she was married, but the house was in her name, and they were going through a divorce, and they had been going through a divorce for about 10 years, and he still stayed in that house with her. Didn't pay anything, didn't do nothing. She did everything, but more recently they ended up getting that finalized divorce, and he had to get the hell out.
That is
and
not
pay the child
Todd's
support that
house.
he not paying. Say what?
I just want to say that's not Todd's house. That's not
I
his
didn't
house.
think so.
If
That's
he
what I'm
was
like,
a,
what?
and I'm gonna just tell y'all right now, if he was a woman that had kids for Candy, then that would be his house. But since he did not have no kids for that lady, that's not his house. I'm sorry. I want to be a double standard ass bitch right now, because I know we want to act like this is always the same situation. And if the man had the money, then we wouldn't be. You're right. If the man was the one with the money, we would feel like you can't just kick that lady and her kids out the house. We would feel like that. You're right, bitch. I'm sorry.
For sure. That's the truth. But yeah. Okay, let me
Right,
read.
she
Y'all
may
got any
have to
other
get a court
comments?
order to get him out.
That's all I have. I'm just saying, good luck, Candy. You know, at the end of the day, I think you're gonna be okay, girl. And you
For
know,
sure.
call me, girl.
Yeah.
All right, let me read some of these super chats. Where we at? Hold on. Thank you, Scotty G, for the first super chat. And then Jersey Girl says Twilight Zone examination day. I was 12. What the fuck? Ooh, I need to watch that.
I was trying to find that. Where can you watch that at? Because that's not in the original Twilight seasons. That's in the ones from the 80s.
Fine. Wait, what original?
You know, there's the
only
black
ones
and
I
white
ever see.
Twilight
Yeah.
Zone, and then there's these Twilight Zone that came out in the 80s.
Oh, I did not know that there was Twilight Zones in the 80s.
Me either, but that's what I'm guessing that's from.
The Risa MW, I think Teresa MW. Okay, my bad. Because it could also be their Sam W. There's AMW. I don't know. I'm sorry, girl. I'm gonna go with Teresa. Savannah Guthrie broke the first interview of Epstein victims. I believe this kidnapping is about punishing Savannah. And then Brandon says, I was rooting for Todd because I think it was whack for people to think a woman doctor can't. Hold on, what? I was rooting for Todd because I think it's whack for people to think a woman doctor can't be with a male math teacher. Oh, but he's whack for this. Okay. I'm
Like
taking it
the
literal.
the payment disparagement.
Yeah, I get it.
Because that is how it is. Like you can accept, like they want on one point they want you to accept the bus driver, and then on the other token, you better get a nigga that make more money than you. Hey, what you closing the door for, nigga? We closing those doors in here. Leave that fucking door open. I'm almost done. I'm sorry, y'all. I'm sorry. Coming in here closing doors and shit, like the fuck.
That's funny. But yeah, Now I think Candy gonna overcome this for sure. Because if Drew did it, she should be able to as well. I know she got
Right.
a better prenup than that. So yeah, no shade. I don't know what Drew prenup was, but I'm just saying Candy should have a strong team.
Let us pray.
Yeah. Okay. Well, y'all, that's it. That's all we got. I hope y'all enjoyed the show. Be sure to like, comment, subscribe, follow us everywhere at Ooh Ladies First. Look us up on your favorite streaming platform. Ooh Ladies First podcast. The episodes drop on Friday. Yeah, that's all we got. We'll see y'all in the next one.